Hey, so I just got the urge to pull cards. So I'm going to do a reading for the collective. So, excuse me, I'm just asking Eric, Archangel Uriel, to please provide me with information that would be the most beneficial in this now for all in regards to whatever message you have for the collective. Woo. Okay, one card popped out right away. It's a cool card actually to pop out first. Okay, please expand, explain what you're saying with both of those, please, Eric. Expand on that, explain it. Thank you. Interesting. That's interesting because that's actually the card that I thought that popped out first until I actually looked and I realized it was the card that was. Interesting. Okay, so, excuse me. And confirmation card, please, Eric. Confirm, please, Eric, what I'm doing with this, what you're saying. Thank you. Thank you. Interesting. We're gonna see what this says. All right, so the first card that came out is a major arcana. Let me just find the stuff here. 1 second. Okay, so right away what I'm getting is, so the first is, okay, so this is what I'm getting right away. Is yeah, okay, this is the, okay, what I'm getting is, okay, the first card that came out is the Wheel of Fortune upright. So right away what I'm getting is this is the indicator of the big change, like the big shift that's about to happen and is happening. This is also the indication of new earth coming online, the collective's awareness raising, our full abilities come online, our full awareness coming online. It's the indicator of some of the work that we still need to do with it, but this is like the destiny card in a sense, like showing where we're about to enter into, what we're about to enter into. And then from what I'm getting, so we're going to see how the rest of this goes, but what I'm getting is, so this is what we're working toward, and this is what we're working on and toward. And then the other cards are the shit that the collective is still working on and needs to continue working on in order to get this. So I'm just going to read into this and see what is being said, and we'll see how much I was kind of getting that with that. So the universal spiritual world in a constant state of flux. Remember, there's a flow. I keep mentioning lately the flow. The flow for me is becoming a really strong. Clouds in the corner of the card reflect manifestation, while the creatures in the corners reflect the four elements of the four cardinal directions. The spokes of the wheel carry alchemical symbols, Mercury, sulfur, and salt, and the last astrological sign for Aquarius, while the Latin word for wheel, rota, is inscribed. So right away, what I'm getting with that too, again, manifestation. We're in a place now. More and more of us, the collective in general, is becoming more and more into a place of instant manifestation. That's why they're really saying words are spelling. Watch, especially as your awareness comes online more and expands more. It really is, watch what you say, because you're manifesting stuff, and it becomes more and more an instant. I know I keep saying more and more, but it's true. More and more of an instant of a case of instant manifestation that gets stronger and stronger. Watch your words. Words are spelling. Life is an ever-changing state. Keep your eye in the center. Find a steady focal point to keep you grounded no matter what life throws at you. Ancient symbol of fate, fortune, and destiny. This is reflecting of new earth coming online. This is what we've all been working toward, and we're walking into it right now. This shift's happening right now. And it can be intense. But just remember, focus in, do your grounding work, but then also focus in on the light ahead. Zoom out, see the bigger picture, focus on the light, do that thought work, the energy work, all that stuff. Ancient symbol, fate, fortune, destiny, forces of time and space, energy and motion. That's interesting because energy and motion. I keep talking lately about how emotions are energy in motion. Emotion, energy in motion. This is energy and motion. That's balance. Energy follows thought. Energy, emotion is energy in motion. You control your mind, you control your reality. Literally, again, especially when you consider science, science proves everything's made out of energy, and energy is all connected. Energy follows thought. You create your reality. What's in here is more real than what's out here, because this you can't see with your 3D eyes. Even because this, like even your avatar, is just a metaphor for your consciousness, because again, it's all energy. Nothing's actually solid. We've only perceived it to be solid. Life cycles, ups and downs. So a lot of us, everyone, are going through big tower moments, big purging, big cleansing, going with the flow, embracing it. It is what it is. Not as in don't judge. Be gentle with yourself and with others. And it's all happening for big, beautiful reason, because we're heading into new earth coming online. Our full awareness, coming to our full awareness, our full abilities. We're already there, but it's coming into it again. So, good luck, destiny, change, karma, like karma being balanced out, soulmates, decisive moments, cycles of life, fate, fortune, upheaval, chance. There is upheaval right now. There's a lot of upheaval going on. There's tower moments going across the world for the collective, like where it's affecting many people in a very obvious way. And then it's also affecting people where it looks like it's individual, but then when you zoom out, you see it's still affecting the collective. And these are all tower moments that blast us up. So, generally an indicator of luck or destiny, and it is a major arcana signifier of change. Exactly. Big shift, big changes. It's what's happening right now is so beautiful and so cool. So when it appears, big changes are coming. These changes should be for your greater good. But remember, not all change is easy, even if it's leading to your destiny. Exactly. We've got tower moments are happening. I just went through some stuff this past week that was really difficult, but it's blasted me up, and I send thanks for that. I'm definitely not the only one. I've seen a good number of people also reiterate similar stories to what I've gone through. You know, the new moon is coming up. I think there's something about Mercury possibly being in retrograde again. I'm not quite sure about that, but you know, the perception can be that it's not easy, but it gets easier as our awareness comes more and more online, to the point that it is easy. We just got to do a little bit more of the work, and we're getting there, and we are doing the work, and we're doing a fantastic job. It signals that the universe is working in your favor to help you reach your goals. Remember, the universe, everything's working for you, not against you. No matter how you perceive any situation, no matter what you're navigating through, no matter how dense, how horrifying it seems, everything is working for you, not against you, and you agreed to all of it in some way. That can be a really hard pill to swallow, but it's true. Free will. We're not forced into anything. We sign up for everything we go through, and as we ask for perception change and we allow truth to come online, all the density goes away, because the true reality, energy is beautiful. And when we allow truth to flow through everything and everyone, nothing bad can happen. And I'm literally starting to see how that's true. Okay, that's going to be really annoying. Hang on. Okay. Again, that annoyance, though, that's just perception. So I should do the thought work on giving that away, but I want to focus on this. So where was I? Focusing on your intention. So intention, I don't want to finish the sentence because that goes into egoic thought. Okay, I'll explain. Intention on what you truly want. When we go into want, need, and desire, that goes into ego, and we're breaking out of that. Focus your intention Absolutely. Focus on intention. Intention is important, but then also pay attention to, is that coming from ego? And if it is coming from ego, that's okay, but then just do the thought work and recognizing that and giving it away. But intention is everything. Absolutely. Intention is everything. Know that the universe has a plan for you, even if that plan is not clear to you at this point. What it's saying there is this divine plan that we've all agreed to, we've all signed up for, and we're all working on it. You are your higher self. We are our spirit team, and we are connected in a oneness with our spirit team, which is why we don't need to do anything except give our shit to our team and they do it for us, because our higher self is us in its full awareness, and that's what's working through us. So when we surrender and let go of what we think is control and give the control to them, it's really giving control back to us, truly who we are, and it's taking the control away from our ego. It also represents the ever-changing cycles we go through in life. We must learn to accept this process as a part of living, even if it's uncomfortable at times. Going with the flow of things. Accepting it, embracing it, and whatever doesn't feel good, doing the thought work, giving it to your team, asking for perception change, and then doing the appreciation work. Now this here, it's also a karma card, so remember to be nice people on your way up. You may be meeting them again on your way back down. That really, what my team really wants me to do is zoom out with that comment, with that little point there, and point out more so that's more so talking about reflection. Whatever is within us is reflected back out to us. So that's why that thought work and going with the flow and giving not anything that doesn't feel good to your team, then they can wiggle in and put in what the truth, which is anything that does feel good without the ego. And then that way what's reflected back at you is constant love and kindness and joy, bliss, neutrality, empathy, compassion. It's beautiful. And then I'm just going to go down. So in a spiritual context, fate is smiling on you with the Wheel of Fortune in upright position. You should use this time to develop and grow, which is exactly what's happening. The universe is guiding you on the spiritual path, but you must also play your part and seize the opportunities that are opening up to you. You may find that situations just fall into place and help you along the way, and that you meet the spiritual people who can assist and guide you just as you need them. And that's just it. The thing is, so you must play your part and seize the opportunities that are opening up for you. It's up to us by doing this energy thought work that I've been talking about, which allows us to open up those little spots, and those spots get bigger and bigger for spirit to come through. Playing your part is doing that work. Recognizing, being aware that you signed up for it. You're not a victim. You're part of this. You're equal with all. Giving away what doesn't feel good. Asking for perception change. Being in gratitude. And then whatever else you feel you're being called to do to work on yourself. That really is all we need to do. But if you are being called to go to someone to get some sort of energy clearing or healing, or going and taking classes, do it. If you're feeling that pull or urge, jump in and do it. Go with the flow. Resistance is futile. And it's beautiful because then again, as you do that work, you allow spirit to come through and it just gets easier and more beautiful and just full of love. You may notice a lot of synchronicity happening at this time, signs and symbols all around you, and that's just it. The more, first of all, you will start noticing the signs and synchronicities, and then it gets to a point where you realize it's not just signs and synchronicities, it's like literally telepathy coming online, and it's constant, and you could almost say psychedelic. It trips you out, but that's when you just remember this is what true reality is. Just breathe through it. It's okay if it feels weird, a little out there, but also remind yourself it's not extraordinary. It's for everyone. It's not that anyone's a bit more special. It's okay to be excited about it and be happy. That's totally cool. We're supposed to be, but don't look at it as extraordinary. It's not extraordinary, because the moment we label it something like extraordinary, we start to put ownership on it because it's something special. It is special, but it's special for everybody. It's not extraordinary. That's just, there we go. It's not extraordinary. It's natural. It's not extraordinary. Sorry guys. It's not, I saw that coming. Oh my gosh, really? I saw that coming and I didn't fix it. I didn't stop it. I saw it coming. I saw it coming and I should have fixed it. I saw it coming. So, okay. So the next card that came out here is actually a minor arcana. It's interesting. So we've got major arcana, minor arcana, major arcana, minor arcana, which is kind of cool. So this next one that we got here is, let me just get the pages up right here. Okay, so this next one that came out is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is where we're going to get a little bit of tough love from energy, okay? So creative block, feeling frustrated in work, time to reassess your career choices. So this is a moment to stop and breathe and take a look at your situation. A lot of people, so first of all, we're going to get a bit more technical with career. A lot of people are getting the urge to quit their jobs, move on, go isolate, all that stuff. Again, go with the flow. That's for good reason. You're breaking out of the old pattern. And again, we don't need to work in order to survive. I don't even need to charge for my services. The money's brought to me in various ways. And I know that I'm just still resisting a little bit, so I'm not quite there. And it's okay. I'm allowed to charge for my services. You were allowed to. But it's just that it's even more so, I'm really being shown highlighted the really robotic 9-to-5 patterned work. People are getting more and more of the urge to do that. Eventually the money stuff will fall away, but we're not quite there yet. But as for actual robotic 9-to-5, having to get up and go in and do a job that you feel stressed about, if you're getting the urge to quit and just do whatever you want to do, whether that's going into another job or just taking time off, traveling, literally doing nothing, go with the flow and do what that urge is telling you to do. Creative block and feeling frustrated, that is also, that's happening. That can happen a lot too with what's going on. There might be a moment through this where you feel like everything's just falling apart or you're going backwards. Those are normal, and it's just embrace how you're feeling. And again, whatever doesn't feel good, give to your team. So yeah, this is highlighting repetitive or boring job, right? So again, that nod to if you're feeling like quitting your job, your career, moving forward, not working anymore, it's recognizing that. So now outside of that, this is where Spirit's going to get a little bit of tough love, okay? So again, this is for the collective. So this is a general for the collective, which makes sense considering there's still a good chunk of the collective that, you know, their awareness, they're pretty much in pretty deep oblivion. But then for those of us who aren't within such deep oblivion, particularly those of, so this is also being directed toward those who are aware and they're not so lost in oblivion, but they're also still indulging within 3D perception, okay? So, which is all of us are, but I'm really being highlighted, you know, those who, my words are lacking. I'm seeing a chunk of people who are within the spiritual community that they're quite awake and they're being given messages that they're ready to zoom out more, but they're resisting and they're not quite doing it, which is okay. There's no judgment, but you're getting a little bit of the kick in the butt saying, hey, we've been telling you, zoom out more. When you're getting downloads, when you're getting, when you're being shown signs and symbols, any of that stuff, you know, take a moment and breathe and see where it within that is your own filter of the 3D dense perception. Is the message that you're giving out saying that something can harm someone, so you have to do it this way? If there's some sort of form of judgment on it, you're not zoomed out all the way, and they're saying you're ready to do that. So this is the work that they're talking about, along with the thought work, giving anything that doesn't feel good to your team. So lack of effort, confidence, commitment, ambition, focus, right? The lack of effort. They're not saying that anyone's doing bad. They're saying take out the judgment, but they're just recognizing there's a bit more. You guys are ready to do more. And there's a lot of us that are resisting doing more, which is they understand, but they're saying we're talking to you about this now because you're ready to hear it. So listen up. Shoddy workmanship. They're highlighting giving out the messages that aren't zoomed out more, that have ego within them. Again, they're not judging and they're not saying it's bad, but again, they're saying you're ready. Zoom out more before you give that message. Really look at it. Is that coming with an ego? Is there a judgment? Is there saying that something bad is going to happen if you don't do this, or you got to do this in order to get to this? Really, really, really zoom out and see the bigger picture. Really zoom out and see the bigger picture. We're ready for this. Rush job. Chill, breathe, think, and really connect with your team and your higher self before you make that post, before you spread that message, before you indulge in the perception of the illusion. Laziness, materialistic, mean, biting off more than you can chew. Don't judge. Chill out. Go with the flow. We're all one. We're all equal. We're all activating each other. These are just these are good reminders that the collective just really needs to hear right now. So, focusing on one area to such an extreme that you neglect all the areas of your life, such as being mean and materialistic. Balance. Don't judge. Zoom out. We're all one. We're all equal. Do the thought work. Do the energy work. Give what doesn't feel good to your team, which allows them to replace it with truth, which is pure love, compassion, empathy, neutrality. And then do the appreciation work. Not focusing on what you want to achieve or aren't putting the work in that is needed to achieve your goals. Making sure that you're doing the work that you know you've been told and that you're possibly resisting. You know what you need to do and you are doing it. There's either you are doing it and there's more you can be doing and you know it, or you're not quite doing it, but you're ready to. And if you're hesitating, it's understandable, but you can't wait till you feel ready. You got to jump in and just do it. Don't spread yourself too thin. Again, breathe. Go with the flow, one now at a time. You don't have to push yourself, all right? Lack of ambition, respect, or confidence. What's really being highlighted on that is the confidence. There's because the resistance. The big issue with any of this is resistance, and we resist because we feel so guilty and scared to face home. We feel scared to face home and guilt because of indulging in this. But it's time to let it go. Know that we chose this. We all chose it. No one's being judged for it. We're all doing beautiful jobs. We all create our reality. Embrace it. And then go with confidence saying, I chose to do this. And I create my reality. I accept that. And I'm willing to do the work for it. And then be confident in your truth. Ignoring inner wisdom. So in a spiritual context, ignoring inner wisdom or suppressing your spiritual side. Becoming overly materialistic or mean. And it reminds you to refocus on your spiritual side to bring yourself back into balance. This is really highlighting. There is a lot of people trying to tell other people what to do. There's a lot of people trying to tell other people that things are happening to them, that they have to do things one way or the other. We all need to step back and breathe and remember their path, their pace, their journey. Ding. No one is doing wrong. No one is doing bad. No one can go off their path. If they start to go off their path, in some way their spiritual team is going to kick them back onto it. We are not here to go up to anyone and tell them, you're wrong. You have to do it this way. If you don't do it this way, you're going to be screwed. That's not our job. In your own space, you tell your truth. And then if it's asked, if someone comes to you asking for the support or the advice, then you give that to them. And you can offer it, ding, you can offer it, but you don't push it. And you don't ever tell anyone that they're wrong, and you don't ever completely reject someone else's reality. This is a very big, tough love card. We got work to do. Stop being mean. Stop judging. Zoom out. Be confident in yourself and your truth. Neutrality, compassion, empathy, thought work, energy work. No good or bad, no right or wrong. It is what it is. Tough love card. You guys are ready for this, and too many are still ignoring it. A lot of people, I'm getting a lot of people still are getting these messages, and they're just putting it aside because the ego is kicking in, thinking that it knows better. Recognize that and work on it. 1 minute. Okay, so the next card that we got goes along, ding, with the previous card that I just read, and that is the World in reverse. Okay, so this goes right off of the flow of the last card, the World in reverse. So blockage, so close yet so far, relax, breathe, and try again. So stagnation. It can indicate that you have not accomplished what you set out to do and things have become stagnant. That is the reflection of that work. You know, they've been talking about going the extra, like zooming out more. You know, there's that whole aspect of people residing in that one space still of ego, judgment, and it's getting yourself out of there, zooming out, letting yourself breathe and really look at the messages you're giving out to the collective and even to yourself, what you're saying to yourself. You may have tried to take shortcuts instead of putting in the hard work necessary to achieve your dreams. It's difficult to do this part. To accept, first of all, accepting that you choose everything you go through and nothing can harm you. First of all, pain, attack, struggle, stress, anxiety, suffering. None of that's true. It's part of the illusion. And we're breaking out of that. We have to break out of the illusion. That's what that's what we're working on, is breaking out of illusion. And in order that we have to, like, we're working words, oh my goodness, we're breaking out of the illusion, which is our full awareness and full abilities coming online. And in order to do that, we have to do this work. We have to let the density go, accepting that nothing you go through is being done to you. It's being done for you, and because you've signed up for it in one way or the other. Feeling stuck in a situation. We're not stuck, it just may feel that way. And remember, just going with the flow, giving what doesn't feel good to your team, opening yourself up to allowing this to happen. Let's see here. I'm just seeing what else is being highlighted. Okay, this here, they want me to explain more, expand out on this sentence. The world reverse may be telling you that it's time to accept the disappointment and cut your losses. What that's saying is embrace. Embrace everything that you're feeling and going through. Accept that everything that you went through, you signed up for it. Accept that the past never happened. Accept that whatever doesn't feel good isn't true. And again, embracing that and letting it go. Letting go what doesn't serve you. Letting go what isn't yours. Anything that isn't yours isn't true. Anything that isn't yours equals things that aren't true, rather, as in whatever is thought and feeling that comes from ego, judgment, anything that doesn't feel good. Letting that go. So it's not necessarily cutting your losses, because that is, when you're saying cutting your losses, that it could be the perception of cutting losses. It feels like you're losing something at times, but you're really dropping away with what wasn't true in the first place to allow actual truth to come online. So in a spiritual context, it indicates you may be feeling your spirit connections become stagnant and you're unable or have lost the will to progress. You've lost the will to progress. Try a different approach. It's time to step up and go on to the next level. You're ready to go up to the next level. It's not step up as in step up. It's not like that, but you're ready to step up to the next level. Zoom out more. If you've not been putting the work in your spiritual pursuits, it tells you to be honest with yourself. There are no shortcuts. They want me to I can tell they want me to embrace being a bit silly right now, because this is a little bit of tough love, but they want you to show it is with love though. And again, we're supposed to be childlike, silly, laugh, wonder and awe, but there is hard work to do. There are no shortcuts to your spiritual path. You have to want to follow the path and put the effort in. Again, the want, looking at that word without ego in it, and have to. Again, it's more that there is effort that you are going to need to put in. You don't just necessarily sit there. You are sitting there, but there is work that you're doing, the thought work, the energy work, which brings in purging, cleansing. It's not easy to do this stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of hard pills to swallow. It can be really difficult. It's hard work in that sense. It's intense and it can be difficult, but it's worth it. But everyone's getting a little bit of a kick in the butt right now, saying, hey, it's time to step up. You're ready to step up. You're more than ready. It's time, which is why we're doing this reading today. So the final card that I got is another minor arcana in reverse. So let me just pull that up here. Okay, and then this also goes with the flow of the previous cards. Again, this is a bit of tough love, hard truth, but we're ready to hear it because then it's surfaced and now we can work on it and keep moving forward and up. All right, so the final card here that we got is the Ten of Cups in reverse, which also, it makes sense. So, because especially when we look at the collective, this is a reading for the collective, okay? Disagreements in the family, squabbling over money and inheritance, a house out of order, a situation that should have ended but continues to rage on. So first of all, so unhappy home, family life, dysfunctional family, broken home, lack of security, stability, separation, divorce, conflict, disharmony, lack of teamwork, rocky relationships, keeping up appearances, not non-traditional families, not wanting marriage, children, infertility, miscarriage, social services, losing your home, homesickness, isolation, neglect, abuse. So this is a reflection of, first of all, the chaos, the perceived chaos that's going on in the world. Those are tower moments, and there's a lot of that happening right now. There is a lot of perceived disharmony in the world, but that's for good reason, because there's tower moments. Now we're going to go back into what we were talking about with these other cards. A bit more tough love here. Stop being mean. They're going, stop being mean. It's the whole stop being mean. Ego, judgment, pointing fingers. going into other people's spaces and forcing your truth on them. If someone comes to you and asks for support or advice, that's one thing, and doing so within, and then you give them that support or love with compassion, love, understanding, compassion, love, empathy, understanding, but empathy, neutrality, knowing that you're both equal and not rejecting their truth. You both accept each other's truths because we both have something to say. That's what this is really reflecting. There's still conflict. There's conflict between organized religion, and there's conflict between the spiritual within the spiritual community. And they're saying it's time to step out and stop that. And then there's conflict between organized religion and the spiritual community. And then also those who just don't believe, which you could say is lost in oblivion. Accepting that everyone is exactly where they need to be. Everyone is doing beautiful work. Everyone is beautiful. We are all a reflection of each other. Their pace, their path, their journey. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't even want to like read all of that because it literally just everything that I would be about to read would be reiterating what I just said. So I don't want to make you guys sit through that again. Here we go. This is really important, okay? In a spiritual context, it can indicate that you were, right. You're not sticking to your own personal moral code in some way. You need to be true to yourself and follow your spiritual path in order to find true and fulfillment. So that there is talking about what it's a reflection. It's a reflection and a different spin on what I just talked about on not rejecting each other's truths. You know what your truth is, and the other person knows what their truth is. We are also then reflections of each other, and we are all each other's students and teachers. We all have things to say. We all have valid things to say. And then when you do hear things, or when you're receiving something, or you're giving something, work on always breathing through it and analyzing before you speak or as you hear. Where within this is ego? Where within this is judgment? Where within this is the illusion? Where within this doesn't feel good? Where you recognize that, when you do recognize that, you give that to your team. And then again, they're able to wiggle in the information. I'm actually going to pull up, for anyone who hasn't seen it, if there's anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm going to pull up a picture that a friend of mine shared. She drew for me and shared. She actually just mailed it to me. It's on its way, but I don't have it yet. So I'm going to have to share off my phone here. If I can find it. I know I can find it. I'm just, photos, uploads. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate my phone and turn the light up. Turn the light up. Yeah. Okay, ding. Turn the light up. Ding. Okay, so why? Okay, whatever. Okay, so this here is what we do when we do that thought work. So technically this is me and Eric, but we can say this is you and this is spirit, okay? You are, just seeing if I can get it to focus anymore. So as we give our egoic thoughts and feelings to spirit, they're able to filter it in and dissolve it into light. And then within that leaves a space open for them to then filter the light, which is truth, into us. And then we spread that out. Our, the external is our consciousness projected outward. So then that's spread out, and then that's reflected back at us. So that's what happens as we do that thought work. All those dense thoughts and feelings that that's been within us, and we project outwards and reflects back at us. Spirit's able, when we allow it, when we do this work and we allow spirit to do it, we give them permission and we do that work. They're then able to dissolve that into light, in which is truth. and then that light's pushed back into us, and our awareness expands, our abilities expand, we expand that outward, and then that's reflected back at us. And then as that happens, it's reality jumping. Your vibrations become higher and higher and higher. And in doing that, the vibrations around you become higher and higher, because again, the external is your consciousness projected outward. And it's just you, that's what you're observing. It's reflected back at you. And so how can you live in a world that's bad with pain, attack, hurt, suffering, when it's source, pure source, Eric, Robin Williams coming through everyone and everything. Just think about that. How can you live in a world where it's a world filled with attack when you've got Robin Williams coming through everyone and everything? Now, he's not just Robin, he's everyone and everything, but that's just to really help you guys see what I mean. That there, because you guys know, you guys can see just as a person he was a beautiful reflection as to who and what we are. Laughter, love, light, compassion, joy. I don't know about you guys, but when I think of Robin, that's what I get, and it's for good reason. He's Archangel Raphael. That pure love, joy, bliss, that, oh my God, I adore you and I love you and I just want to cuddle you, coming through everyone, and you feel that for everyone. So with all this hard work and tough love, when we do all this stuff, oh, this is supposed to be reversed. There was a reason why though it was showing, because again, this is where we're headed. Did you notice that? I just read all of that, and as I lifted these up after I finished the reading, I just lifted this up in the upright position. I didn't mean to do that. This is what we're getting. And this was because this was the first card, but this is what we're getting. It's just, we gotta do, again, it's this here. But we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. We are so close. All right. So, all right. I love you guys. Hope you got something out of that. And take what works for you. Take what resonates. Leave the rest. But for my truth, from what I know, that's very true for the collective. That is what it is. That is truth. But you take that as you will. And just thank you all for everything, for watching, listening, supporting, upvoting, liking my stuff, subscribing, excuse me, all that fun stuff. All right, I love you guys. It's Saturday. It is Saturday, right? Yeah, we're on Saturday now. It's Saturday. You all have a beautiful weekend. I love you all. And as always, have a wonderful now.